through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes, where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Unscripted. Tonight, we control the vertical, we control the horizontal. I want to say hello to a few people who've joined us here in the live chat. Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member of the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions. It's Connie Cleary. Channel member JPRPH1. My co-host on live from Sparkwood21, the host of Geeky Geezers, which you can watch right after this broadcast, H Boomer. Friend of the channel, D Penzak. Our man from the future, Sashi. And, of course, everyone following along tonight on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. Now, in the waning days of the what I now refer to as the pandemic, when the theaters reopened, there was a filmmaker who was there, who insisted on his film being in theaters because he was a fan of epic filmmaking and not waiting until a movie is shown on streaming. Someone who is waiting for films to come out in theaters. And he didn't just come out with some piece of fluff. He came out with a movie that you had to think about, and didn't exactly play by the rules, so to speak. Now, that movie, of course, was Tenet, and that filmmaker was Christopher Nolan. And I always applauded him for that. Someone who insisted on these theatrical runs. Someone who believed in epic filmmaking. Probably the last remaining movie star director, let's say. Now, the fact that he made the Odyssey at all is certainly an out-of-the-box choice. Fantasy doesn't seem like his style. Myths don't seem to be his style. But I figured, why not? Someone who can see this through fresh eyes. Now, I am going to go ahead and preface this by saying, because people are going to come at us with this, well, you haven't seen the movie yet. No kidding. But how a movie is advertised to the masses is key. Who is cast in certain parts are key. You don't get Dustin Hoffman to play Rambo. You just don't. Okay. If they had Sally Field play Forrest Gump, it just would have been weird. You all right? See, you get me. All right. Now, every once in a while, casting someone in a part that seems out of the box for them can work. But when you're dealing with something like the Odyssey, where you are talking about Greeks, now there is, I believe there's either like a movie or a TV series right now on Netflix that has a black Cleopatra in it. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. All right, now, the historical Cleopatra that we know wasn't even the first Cleopatra. She's Cleopatra the Sixth. Her mother is Cleopatra the Fifth. Her father is Ptolemy the 12th. He was the last of the Ptolemy kings. Ptolemy was Greek. I hate to break this to you, junior spaceman historians out there right now, but there were no black people in Greece. There were no black female jarls leading Viking tribes around. This isn't racism. This isn't leaving out, the quote unquote, that what's the word that I'm looking for? The unrepresented people, quote unquote. This is historical fact. This is the way that it was. Like it or not. Now, there are clearly those who wish to rewrite history, and I can tell them this stuff till they are blue in the face. They're going to be absolutely convinced, and they're going to throw istrophobe at me and consider themselves the winner of the argument. I have been on this planet for, as of this time next month, 53 years. It's never changed. And that's the sad thing when you realize that there are people being paid to keep us divided. Because in the 80s, we had this licked. Who were all of the big name stars? Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. You had all of these rap stars. You had all of these R&B singers. You had, dare I say it, but you had Bill Cosby on television who had the number one show. There were people who were millionaires. And everybody watched those shows and everyone listened to that music. I know because I was one of them. Cast Lupita Nyong'o in whatever movie you want, but not as Helen of Troy. When we have a book in front of us where the character is described. Let's push aside for a second whether she was a real person or not. But we have descriptions of who these characters are supposed to be. Now, if you're about to accuse me of dead naming, go ahead. I do not care. You can put Ellen Page in whatever movie you want. I have no problem putting her in this movie. All right, cast her as Hermes. Hermes is an androgynous character. Has always been depicted as an androgynous character. So go for it. But Achilles? It's a bit of a step down. You know, I'm not exactly worried about this 5 foot nothing whatever, who's trying to chuck a sword at me, you know, uh, you know, or maybe it would be easy to get me because I would probably be dying laughing. And let's leave out the actors and the cast who keep telling us that if you voted a certain way or if you believe in a certain thing, don't watch their movies. John Leguizamo. Who, by the way, is playing a white guy in this. Um, hey, there you go. Um, so the fact that they're coming at the naysayers, the way they're coming at them, you're telling me you made a turd without telling me. Now we have this sweet little bonbon of a news story um, from our pals over at Variety, and this is by Marlo Stern. The Odyssey: Why Elon Musk and his troll army attacks aren't just silly but wildly inaccurate. Now, let's go over this a bit. All right. I'm just going to read this the way it's printed, folks. From the team that brought you Why is Snow White Latina? Why are there black people in the Rings of Power? And Star Wars has gone woke. Comes the latest online onslaught against an anticipated Hollywood project that committed the unfathomable sin of having a diverse cast. In recent days, Twitter trolls have formed a phalanx and pointed their Saras's, somebody's going to have to tell me what a Sarasa is, squarely at the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's $250 million adaptation of Homer's epic, scheduled to hit cinemas July 17th. They have not actually seen the film yet, mind you, but have nevertheless managed to work themselves into a lather over a pair of castings. Though Paige's character isn't even confirmed yet. That's not true. It has. As Achilles' ghost and Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. This is all confirmed already, by the way. I'll continue. Forget that Achilles and Helen of Troy are both fictional characters navigating a mythological fable replete with a giant cyclops, six-headed Scylla, and assorted other gods and monsters, or that these two actors are just in a giant cast that includes mostly white folks. Well, mostly. In Homer's telling, these two characters were white with golden hair. So according to these apparent literary purists, they must be so in each and every literary adaptation. Well, yeah. Why can't Nolan's film be more like Troy? Wolfgang Petersen's 2004 big screen version of the Iliad with its blindingly blonde Achilles and its Aryan Helen of Troy. Okay. Let me stop right here. I don't know who proves get what they're trying to say. I don't know if this is something Chris Nolan agrees with or not. Number one, Diane Kruger is German. Apologize to that woman for the word Aryan being used. And then do me a huge favor and shut the fuck up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is something I'm sick to death about. The rest of us out here just want to go on with our lives. We want to be entertained when we go to the movie theater. If Hollywood and the press are going to constantly divide us between race and gender, I've got nothing left for you. You start throwing out ist and phobe, you're telling me you made a turd. I'm not going to go see this movie. I'm telling you right now, I refuse at this point in time to not only not see this film, but I am not reviewing it on my channel. Variety magazine, you should be ashamed of yourselves. This isn't the first time you've done this either. I've brought this up on a number of occasions. But I tell you, it's going to be the last one. I go to a movie, I just want to be entertained. And welcome, Nate, and thank you for the $2 super chat. Now, when I go to a movie, I just want to be entertained. That's what everybody else wants. I went to a movie last night, which is one of the best of the year, Obsession. No politics in it. It leaves you with something to think about, but it doesn't hit you over the head with it. There is a message in there, but it's for everybody. And even if you took that out, you would still have a hell of a good movie. And hello to Tree Rock Creations. Now, I don't want to come on here week after week and give you bad news. I want to talk about things that are fun. But I can't sit here and allow the mainstream news media to constantly misrepresent us or divide us. It's been going on for as long as I can remember, and I'm sick to death of it. Yes, nobody's seen the movie yet. But when you're already throwing ist and phobe at us, you're telling me all you need to know. And I say tonight to Christopher Nolan, sir, I respect your movies. I've enjoyed most of them. Dark Knight Rises and Interstellar needed some work, but whatever. Those movies have their fans. But the rest of them, some of them are among, Inception is one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know how much of the advertising for this film or the press for this film that you're involved with. But if you approved this article that I just brought up, then I wash my hands of you, sir. I know you're in this to win awards. Some people are, some people aren't. Whatever, that's fine. I know there are certain check boxes that you have to check off. You are our last hope. We thought you were above this. Clearly, you're not. While it's closed, walk away. And that's what I'm going to do. I find myself at a crossroads because part of what this channel was about was movies. And not just talking about older movies, but the newer ones too. Now I find myself not wanting to go a lot of the time. And I think that the saving grace right now is independent cinema. So it's like this. Uh, Honestly, the only movie between now and the end of the year that I'm prepared to see in theaters is Godzilla. And I'm ready to call it a day after that. But I can't do that because I have a movie review show that I enjoy doing. And that show will continue. But if I see a movie that's a piece of dog crap, I'll tell you. Independent film is going to be the savior of the industry. Who's making the best movies right now? YouTubers. And Hello to Big Al presents. So there's my 2 cents. I've spoken out on it. I said my piece. I wish I had better news for you. But I got to pass on this one, guys. I know what it's going to be based on how it's being advertised, based on how it's being cast, and based on the source material that was being used. You know, which is the 2017 translation by this Emily Wilson, who's a radical feminist. There's some pretty odd ideas herself about what she thinks the story is. I'm at an age where I'm not going to change my spots. All you've done is solidified certain opinions. And if you don't like it, then that's just too bad. We are not obligated to go see this movie or any movie. What did Ryan Gosling say? It is on us, the filmmakers, to make a movie worthy enough for people to go out and see in theaters. And he's absolutely right. And his movie is one of the few that did that. I Swear did that. Obsession does that. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die does it. There are some good movies out there, but you got to go out there and you got to look for them. And they're few and far between, but they're there. As for this, I'm not wasting 3 hours of my life on something that I know is going to be garbage. Where the people involved in the making of this film have already told us what it's going to be. And like I said, some of them have already told us not to see it. That it wasn't made for us. That's obvious. And when this movie fails, and it will, after all the, why, you don't like the movie, bigot? What's the matter, bigot? Why didn't you go see the movie, bigot? You can't say, well, why didn't you see our movie? I didn't go to see it because you told me it was not for me. There is a version of the Odyssey that was made in the 90s. It was a television miniseries. Starred Armand Assante as Odysseus. Vanessa Williams is in it as Calypso. And guess what? No one cared. Watch that version. Trust me, you're going to be far more entertained by that than you are with this piece of junk. All right, we're short on time, so I want to get through this very quickly. And thank you all in the chat. Christopher Nolan didn't want to make the Odyssey his fantasy. Who wants to make an Oscar bait movie? He wants to win his first solo Oscar because he wrote it and directed it. Sashi says, if they're going with diverse casting, where's my Asians at? Exactly. You can't cast Pedro Pascal to play Shaka Zulu. Be careful, they might. And hello to Enigma Severus, if I didn't say so earlier on. Thank you, sir. Sashi says, I listened to a lecture by Emily Wilson, the person mentioned by Nolan regarding the translations of the original. It explains a lot. Yes. Thank you again, Nate, for the super chat. I'm just waiting for an adaptation of the Bhagavad Gita with Michael B. Jordan and Idris Elba in the cast. Oh, don't give them any ideas. D. Penzak dropping some knowledge in the chat. Sarisa is a long spear or pike about 5 or 7 meters in length. Hold on. There's a YouTube video comparing the Batman style armor to historical Bronze Age armor. Laughable. Nate says this. I think this one is Christopher Nolan. Just Solosky did writing, casting, and direction. Yep. In order for hello Enigma, in order for the woke to fall, they have to have their minor platform to actually fall. And again, there will be excuses as to the failure, but the truth will be out there. Woke will fall, and this movie will bite hard. The only thing they are doing is destroying a classic work. The Pensex says, warm your hands over the glowing embers of woke IP destruction. Okay. The Armand Odyssey is fantastic. I agree. So I plan to watch the Wishbone Educational Odyssey in its place. Okay. Quoting the Odyssey. Take courage, my heart. You have been through worse than this. Be strong, saith my heart. I am a soldier. I have seen worse sights than this. All right. And I think that's as good a place as I need to wrap up the show for this evening. I do want to thank everyone who was here in the chat. Yes, Vanguard class, I did see you. Welcome. Talking about Nolan's version of the Odyssey tonight and my thoughts on it. Not every episode of this show is a rant. This one. Sometimes I do talk about fun stuff too. All right. I want to thank everybody who is in the chat. I want to thank everyone following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I do want to remind everybody to stay to the end of the broadcast, and you will be redirected over to Boomer's channel for tonight's episode of Geeky Geezers. Programming note, there will be no reserved seats this evening, but it will return next week on the 24th at its regular time, 11 p.m. Eastern, and Aged Boomer will be my guest for that program. And I also do want to remind everybody that at 12:30 a.m. Eastern, 11:30 p.m. Central, Troy Pacelli will be continuing his Doctor Who rewatch. They're in the middle of the French Revolution, which, as I recall, is either the ending of season 1 or the beginning of season 2. So check that out with the true first Doctor, William Hartnell. All right. I'm not telling anybody to boycott this movie. If you want to go see it, see it. If you enjoy it, enjoy it. But I got to pass. What you choose to do is your choice. Personally, I say seek out the closest translation of Homer's work and just read that. Crack open a book. It'll be good for you. Points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
Ronan's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin.